Hello. Bam. It's a me. I'm alive. I am live. I'm alive and live. Who would have guessed? Currently sitting at 30,184 subs. We'll see if that goes up or down or stays the same. Honestly, it's been rather stagnant these last couple days. It has kind of gone like up and down by like, you know, around 3 or so. But that's just the nature of the of YouTube, right? The motion of the ocean. That's what they say. So I've had this idea for a while. I didn't put every of the normal monsters, but we'll try and at least get through. I want to at very least get through LOB in this stream, and we'll see if we end up doing the other ones. Because ideally, I like to do all the DM era stuff. I doubt I'll get through like all of these today, but we'll just do what we can. The best of my abilities. But we can have a lot of fun with this, right? This isn't going to be like the one I had a bit ago where we were like fixing cards. This one is just like we're gonna have some fun with this. So hopefully you all have fun with this as well. For example, Monster Egg could have something like distribute this card and special summon reran from your hand. Like something like that, like would be fun. Right? An egg gets you out a bigger egg and gets you out reran. I think that could be fun. So that's just like an example of like something we could do. So I'm up for like suggestions and stuff. I feel like with Gaia the Fierce Knight, it'd be like piercing damage. I'm just gonna put piercing damage. That's all cards should have. Had 2 piercing. And there's also like Spiral Spear Strike. So like we can look at other cards for reference. Yo, Houdini, what's up? Terra the Terrible should place a counter on a monster when it's summoned like a Venom Swamp on legs. That could be interesting. Terra the Terrible. I would bring up the cards, but I currently have this set to like Chrome. Do this. Terra the Terrible. Now that's Shrek. Are those gloves or like blue fists he's like pounding together? A swamp dweller. Interesting concept. Yo, what's up, Bobby Bear? Yeah, I think it should be fun. Hopefully. Be fun having like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Where like everything has a dumb power. Place one small counter on a monster with card swim. See, the problem is like swamp stuff just kind of like Venom counter stuff kind of sucks. Like Venom and Naga is cute, and this is someone who like I've built and played snakes. Like it's a good budget deck. Silverfang should gain 500 attack when you use Silverfang Raigeki combo session by Konami. What's up, Lady Murphy? Actually, we could do something with regarding like Beast Fangs. Like maybe when this card is summoned, add 1 beast fang. Was it beast fangs or beast fang? I think it's fangs plural. There you go. We don't need to be like, I don't care about being too specific in like the lingo for these. I mean, you get the gist. It's like when you summon it or special summon it, you can bring and equip from your deck. It could be fangs. Well, it's not really a zombie though, but it is a beast, so I guess it's, yeah. I could do fangs card. One. Well, let me just make sure it's beast fangs. Okay, it is beast fangs. Yo, Daniel Carrick, what's up? Too late for you. Oh, that's unfortunate. Whatever time the world for you. I will have the best evening I can. Fangs card. There we go. Fangs card. So you can have beast fangs or poison fangs. Magnetic warrior should be able to summon each other from the grave or north summon. That could be cool. Ambush. Ambush. Yeah, that's the snake one, right? Are there any other Fangs cards in Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't there's Gold Fang, but it's not Fangs. You can't get Snake Fangs. So Ambush Fangs would probably be like the only like weird one. Yeah, you can't get Critias or Red Eye, so I think that's fine. Because like you're not gonna use it with Silver Fang, on all honestly. Yeah, the M Warriors. Yeah, that could be. Are they the ones with like the fusion? Yeah, Carbonala Warrior. It is supposed to be like magnetic. It's summoned one M Warrior number 2. And or GY. Could potentially do that, but that is a little swamp battle guard. At the very least, you get to like, I mean, it doesn't really do anything for them, but it's something. Like we don't need to break every card, you know. Now, like something like Masaki and Flame Manipulator, that should be something Flame Swordsman related. Like this card is sent to the GY. Add. Actually, should Flame Swordsman get like the Salamandra thing? Attack equals to its defense. I don't know if I included the fusions on here. I guess I did just say normal monsters, so for the purposes of this, one. So this one can search out Salamandra. So when you use it for Flame Swordsman, you can get Salamandra. Ooh, Masaki should be okay. Hear me out here. So this is gonna be like the same thing, but you get legendary sword. So it's legend sword, not a legendary sword, right? Just want to check on that. Yes. Okay, so now if you fuse these two guys, you get 2 equips, Salamander and Legendary Sword, dual wielding flame swordsman. So you use 3 cards, but you basically go neutral, right? Because you have flame swordsman and 2 cards from your deck. So, you know, I think that's pretty tight. A Mystical Sheep #1, that's like the fusion substitute, right? So maybe we make 2 something tangential to that. Yeah, it's just like the fusion sub. So that should be something regarding polymerization too, I think. Dissolve Rock prevents people from, except for zombies. Is Dissolve Rock a zombie? Or is it just a rock? I mean, if it works with the cards, you know. I wonder if this should be like discard to recur a polymerization. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like we shouldn't take too terribly long. Card. Add. Like a lot of these just like bring in some other card. But whatever. I'm sure we'll get to a point where things start like doing its own things. I mean, technically, Monster Egg kind of does its own thing. All right, hard armor. This guy should have harder armor, if you ask me. Like he seems like a guy that would be like a union, but I don't know if I want to do unions. I feel like that's changing like too much of the effect. Sandstone. This card's tributed summon, add 1 a boulder counter. Boulder counters. I mean, counters can be fun. I mean, I did a whole video earlier this year about ice counters. God, yeah, this guy just screams union, doesn't he? You know, screw it. So problem solving card text keywords. I'm just using union. The equipped is it the equipped monster or monster? This is equipped to. It's 1200. He gains the defense of hard armor. I'm a little hesitant to do like counters because counters is really specific for certain things. Cursed Dragon has like other variations. Dark Magician might be a tough one, I think. He's got this one. He's also like Dragon Fire. Like maybe normal curse just gets this like field spell destruction effect. Yo, Spaghetti-O Bandit. That's a fun name. Discard a card from your hand. Fish Daddy Janjo token on the field. That's dangerous. Look at this Bandai art one. That's cool. This guy summoned. Is it field spell card? Field spell on the field. God, what is this lingo? And then semicolon. Destroy it. Mammoth Grey has effect and reshape when monster summon. 500 attack. I don't hate that because it's kind of like when he like melted Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in the manga. All mods. Your opponent controls. I like that. Yeah, maybe we'll get through LOB sooner than I thought. I feel like something we might end up getting stuck on, though. Like, Trihorn Dragon, I'm very tempted to have that thing attack 3 times, but that might be too powerful. I don't remember any other effects from, like... I remember a very small amount from Dark Duel Stories, and I don't think any of these... I used because it was like Fiend's Hand, and like Beast King of the Swamps, and like Trap Master. Which, of course, you know, at least 2 of those 3 have effects. Mystical Elf, I'm a little tempted to give it something akin to like Dark Elf, but for defense. Try and attack 3 times, or something, tribute 3 monsters. That sounds better. Few. Of this card can attack 3 times each turn. Yo, Origin Zero, what's up? Normal monsters with effects. Had this on and off my mind for a while. Yeah, and I'm finally doing it. I'm doing it. Let's switch someone to elf from your deck. That's basically Spy. No, this should be... Yo, Blade Scorpio, what's up? Yeah, this should be worded better. This card. Not just you can. YouTube. That's a YouTube emoji? Yowie wowie. Can attack up to 3 times each turn. So it only works if it's tribute summons, not if it's special summon, which is fair enough. I think Steel Ogre Grotto and potentially Lesser Dragon should feed into like Metal Dragon somehow. Like the fusion materials, I think, should feed into something related. Marcel de Sutter, what's up? 13th Grace for someone, and if players' cards in the graveyard adds to 12. Oh my god, that's so barbaric. Yeah, per... Battle or attack? Well, I don't know how specific we want to be with like the lingo. You get the gist when you read this 3 times each turn. Ray and Temp, discard, add 1 field spell. Honestly, ChatGPT. I do like Ray and Temp. Because it's, it is very like weather. Weather is field. Attack thrice per turn. I mean, you're not wrong. Face up card. I wonder if it should just be like graveyard instead of deck. I feel like just any one is a bit strong, but you are attributing a monster on your field. I think Grave might be more balanced. Planetary Pathfinder. Yeah. That's true. I also don't want to make it just be the same card, during each battle phase. I think the Graveyard at least gives it something a little more unique. Yeah, what was that one Mystical Elf card? So Mystical Elf White Lightning, I think it's called. Yeah. This is basically like weird blue ice support. Transfer 800 attack to any monster control. Every card is because 2 cards. Yeah, I don't mind Elf having some sort of like benefit from it sitting there. Turn. You can control. Increase the attack of one monster you control by 800 until the end of your turn. That seems all right. So it's not like busted each turn. It doesn't get like ramp up to a hellish degree. Dragon or Spellcaster. Potentially. That could be something we give like to another card. Like Petite Dragon. Does that already exist for... Because I know like there's like Kaiser Seahorse, but that's for like light monsters, right? Or if they have Blue Dragon Summoner. Blue Dragon Summoner is different, right? Oh, Totem Dragon. That's fair. But if we just give this monster just like the first effect, it's at least comparable to a weak monster. Of a dragon monster. Not even dragon type, they just say dragon monster. It's got monster titties. So petite dragon, it's a small dragon. Use it for big dragon. I think it works for like an LOB just because there are a lot of big dragons, blue eyes, trihorn, red eyes. The red eyes need something good. We could just give it, like, Inferno Fire Blast, right? That's just... I mean, there's other effects from, like, other Red Eyes cards we could give it, potentially. Attacking directly if it's higher attack monsters. Decrease another monster attack by 500. I feel like all the Red Eyes archetype all have like really good effects. Like what's the Gemini one? It's like Red Eyes. It's not Black Meteor. Yeah, we want to keep it relatively simple. No, it wasn't Black Meteor. This is kind of a new one. Also, that's some pretty cool art. Flare. Yeah, that sounds right. There you are. That guy. Thank you. Yeah, this guy has like a sort of Flame Wing Man thing. Let's look at these SH monster arts. Oh, I'd love to get these. I don't want to put the money into it, but unless someone donate. Also, what is this cursed image? It's cursed. Treat it as fire. What does that do though? So I'm trying to think of like something it relatively kind of does in the anime, and it kind of... Oh yeah, the Dark Magician one coming out too. Flame Wing Man, that's not out yet. Is kind of that was like announced a while ago. What would Red Eyes be? So much art for Red Eyes. Not that one, but that would be a cool idea. Red Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Red Eye, these fake ass cards. See, what does Darkness Metal do? Can I get like a good scan? I'm not like squinting my eyes. I guess I'll have to squint my eyes. He does have a deadly attack. I'm tempted to give him like an Inferno Fire Blast thing. Like, not quite Inferno Fire Blast, but maybe something where it's like... A lot of good suggestions in the chat. Hmm. I feel like the annoying thing about this Red Ice is usually like getting him out. Like, especially like in early Yu-Gi-Oh, right? What is the reason to even play this card? Like, there's just not. Like, you can't really even play anything regarding Red Eyes until, like, Soul the Duelist. Yeah, maybe something where it's like, I kind of like Origin Zero. So maybe something in regards to like, this card battles a monster with higher than this card. Gains 1,000 during damage calculation only. How about something like that? So, like, he's still weak, per se, but his main strength is attacking, like, bigger monsters. So that would give you a reason to play him over, like, Blue Eyes, potentially. If your opponent controls a monster. Well, this is like battles a monster. It's the same thing, right? So we're almost at 5 likes. Holy cow. Holy cow, Lois. Maybe just 700 beat over Blue Eyes. And only if it... Yeah, I think maybe only if it attacks. If this card attacks. Yes, I'm fine with that. That at least like adds some balancing to your opponent, you know, doesn't necessarily like they can attack over it theoretically. Latent potential. Yeah. It's like if you attack hard enough, it'll eventually get through, right? It's like fighting Medicool. You just gotta aim for like you gotta attack really hard. Furious Sea King. It's kinda like Umi. That's like a Maiden of the Aqua. Umi's on the field card attack 3 times during each battle phase. Yo, I will admit though, I really like the Furious Sea King. Like his just his art. It's like Night Lizard, but blue. Like it might be one of my favorite art in the set. 3 times because of the trident. He is the Grand King, so why is he so weak? Massive tidal waves? Psh. Where? Maybe something, well, this card is face up on your field. All water. Well, something like that. So it basically, like, if you have Umi up, essentially get 400 buff, and he would also get 400, so he'd be at 1200. Well, it'd be water monsters, so like, they could be water thunder, right? Like it's not aqua, it's water. Because Umi is more specific. Like it's not like Umi Ruka. Scans, please. More filtering, I suppose. Bitch. C serpent. There you go. Put a period. I do believe in the Oxford comma. So it's not quite like Umiruka, but still like a little buff. A buff. Fun fact, Witty Phantom, when it was very first designed, it was originally designed with Invigoration. It was supposed, those cards were supposed to go together. Which obviously you can't even use Invigoration on the card, which it makes it even funnier. So I think Witty Phantom should have something similar to this, but for like dark energy. Spikeseed is really bad. But it does look really cool though. Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to change like levels and stats just because that's really getting into the weeds of like changing all the cards. This is just like slapping on an effect. How about something like you control Umi, your special summon this card from your hand. Because, like, you're never gonna tribute this guy, or, like, you're not gonna want to tribute. But if you get a free special summon for 16, that's something, I guess? Like, he's still really weak, but if you have Umi, that's 1800. And if you're seeking, that's 2k. We're going to the moon. Yeah, it gives it a little bit niche. Rootwater, let's just keep doing like water stuff. I like water. Or as I like to call it, ocean soup. Rootwater, or as his big brother is, High Tide Gyojin. I'm just gonna... No, not that. Yugopedia. This is much better than... That's what we're looking at. Now, what would this guy do? He basically does the same thing as Furus Seeking, right? Creates a massive tidal wave. Except he's from the Dark Seas, so... Watch out. The root of all water. Search Umi on summon. How about when it's destroyed? It's a result. Battle. Add 1 Umi deck to your hand. So that way it's like you can set it and your opponent's like, oh god, I don't want to give them a field spell. 13th grade, level 2 or lower Zon monster control cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster 800. Oh, that's like a blanket, obnoxious Celtic guard. Oof. Oof. So we also have Nemoriko as a let's get through the water stuff. Not Kuriko. No. Ah! There we go. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. This is not even a water. I don't know why I always thought it was a water. It looks like a water, doesn't it? Now that has to have some sort of like Book of Moon effect, right? When this card is controls. I don't know exactly how like Book of Moon's worded. A little bit more specific. Yeah, face down defense position. Defense position is capitalized, though. Oh, nice. Well, I guess we have the same logic, Rishef and I. Misaruzame, that's definitely a fish. This guy looks really cool, too. I mean, he's got a missile. Should we still destroy and draw one? That seems very strong, but you are tributing, basically. Something with its missiles. What about this? You can tribute one other monster you control to cards on the field. How about something like that? It's not once per turn. Golden flying fish. This is a golden one? Yes, but this only destroys one. This destroys two. Yeah, it's a little similar to Orca. But it's also... And this... Yeah. The stats are pretty bad. Yeah. Stats makes it like kind of the most of the annoying thing. What about we have it like similar to Spikeseed, where it's like take battle damage and special. How about like that? Like it's like a Gores kind of. Like you still get it on the field by special summoning because tribute monsters are terrible. This at least gives it some sort of Yeah, like 16 could be worse. One-Eyed Shield Dragon. Some of you have been talking about that guy. And I do like how he looks. He's a pretty cool looking card. I like the little, his, like, killer tail. Kind of looks like, Mont's turtle. Wears the shield not only for its own protection, but also ramming enemies. You know, solid defense, all things considered. Yami, what's up? Once per turn cannot be destroyed by battle. It's pretty basic, but I don't hate it. Sure, we can keep it simple. What about battle or card effects? Get a little extra something. Ooh, I do like that. By battle. If this card, oh, what's the right term? If this card is like not destroyed after him, battle, it gains on the field, you take battle and you special on this card. Monster. I feel like it's already like with the thing with. Well, because with Spikeseed, you can like summon it manually, but you have to control Umi. I feel like with Mizasurazame, like you have to take damage in the first place. But we can keep it where it's like control Umi. For this guy, I feel like 1000 attack is like too much of a jump. Nine 900, like I like 900, but it feels kind of random. Shield Wing. Twice bird turret cannot be destroyed by battle. That's kind of funny. Why did you get like a change? I don't know. Oh, what's up, Diogo? It gains. I feel like defense is the way to go. Because, like, its defense is already, like, the highlight of the card. So I feel like if they're trying to go over it, you're going to want some, like, additional, like, benefit from it. Should be until the end of the turn, though. Or just, like, in general. I feel like, balancing-wise, it should be until the end of the turn. Because your opponent's still required to, like, deal with it. So if you keep ramping it up like that, it might be a bit too busted. Your opponent will need like stronger and stronger monsters, and it'll just like never leave the field. So it starts off with 1300. It's not destroyed, then it gets 2k defense, which is a fair amount. Petite Angel, Light Searcher. What use would like Petite Angel have in this, in like early Yu-Gi-Oh? So all the other ones don't have like any effects, right? Like shining friendship, happy, lover, and tenderness. Which I think we still have yet to get tenderness in the TCG. Are there any other water monsters? I think that was it. No, there's armored starfish. Petite angel dodges trap hole. Yeah, that's true. And you can play it in Volume 1 format. Armored starfish. Look at this guy. 1400 defense. It fends off attacks. I feel like all the water stuff we've been doing so far has been... Also, by the way, I'll probably be... Like, when I'm done with this list, I'll probably be putting it... Like, pinning it in my Discord, like I did with the fixing cards list. Starfish are known to regenerate. What if we gave this like a plague spreader kind of thing? It's like summon this card from the graveyard. If it leaves, I don't know what the right terminology after being summoned. Effect. Banish it. Something like that. How's plague worded? But banish it when it leaves the field. I feel like the other way is like definitely 2002 wording. Or control Umi, because everything's been like Umi focused. Let's see. Chanting Mermaid is in this. She's a water too, right? Look at that. Can we show the OCG art? No. Censored. No, I got you. I got you. Gallery. Can I undo? There we go. Enchanting Mermaid, 1200, 900. This one at least have like decent attack. Gain life point. If you gain life points, draw a card. For every 1200 you gain. That's specific. What a mermaid. A beautiful mermaid that lures voyagers into a watery grave. We are making water so busted right now. I feel like that would be really busted. Origin. Like, I'm thinking maybe something like you can banish this from the graveyard to, like, destroy a card or something. That might be too strong for, like, early Yu-Gi-Oh levels. Or maybe you pop her to pop a card. Maybe something like that. Yeah, Umi, you can this face up card target one card. So it's essentially like, you know, it lures a card to the grave by like destroying itself. If you need to take care of like certain issues. But she's hot. But she's hot. Ooh, freaky fish lady with the fish sticks. Bring any kind of target. It's one. What face up? Monster. There you go. You're probably right. And you at least need to have, like, this face up so you can't, like, set it and, like, bluff, really. I mean, theoretically, you could. Kojin, what's up? Killer Needle? Yeah, we can do Killer. Actually, that's in Metal Raiders, which we are not there yet. We're doing one set at a time. We're currently on LOB. So we'll have to hold off Killer Needle. Unless you want to donate some money, then I might be convinced otherwise. Minimum $2. We also have Aquador, which I think might be the last water. Medora is kind of a cool one. The Wizard of the Water. Liquid Walls. I know there's not Neo Aquador, but it does have a retrain. Not Light Ray. Glacier Aquador, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, so this one protects monsters on the field. And other things, so that doesn't have anything really to work with. Does Light Ray do anything? It has a once per turn of battle protection. You can special summon if you have ones in the grave. Yeah, I don't hate that one. It's pretty simple. I don't think we need to give it like an Oneeyed thing. But we could. So much if you control Oneeyed. What? Am I showing my water bias? Maybe, but there's also like a chunk of water, and we can buff other things too. I think it's just the fact that we're doing water right now makes it feel OP. Beaver Warrior. We gotta do Beaver Warrior. What's his like manga name? Like Lucy or Artemis or something. Luis. That was close. Robert F. Kennedy. Yeah. Yep, this is RFK. Confirmed. I mean, it's pretty good. And honestly, as far as like LOB like format goes, you can play with Sogen. Definitely has something, because his favorite text basically says, like, hey, he's great with defense, especially, like, in Sogan territories. Which Sogan basically is prairie or, like, grassland, meadow. I think it translates to meadow. Sogan is, like, 200. Maybe you can... Card. Or what was the one that had, like, added Umi? So a lot of these are, like, if you summon. There's... Do we not have one that just added Umi? Or one that, like, adds spell from the grave. Oh, yeah, this one. It's kind of similar. Yeah, this can be, like, some sort of, like, Sogan Tan. I don't... Discarding seems kind of too good. Just to add, like, a Sogan to the hand. But it's also Sogan. Right? So, like, it wouldn't be, like, the worst. Add one Sogan from your deck to your hand. So, like, you can still play him, but you can also be used to, like, get out Sogan. Well, let's just go down the list, I think. Start with our mail. All the field spells should really actually use them. Yeah. And I like the field spells too. Armail's kind of cool. Sogan wasn't a warrior, right? No, Sogan's warrior. It's warrior and beast warrior. Change warrior who manipulates 3 deadly blades, both hands and his tail. He has like the same stats as one-armed shield dragon. What was this guy fusion material for? Dragoness. With also one-eyed shield dragon. That's actually kind of funny. What's one-eyed shield dragon's effect? Okay, gains 700 defense. Tristan Shaped Hair. Would it be too strong if this card's effect was like discard, target a monster for this turn, it can attack twice? Would that be too powerful? Or like maybe we should bounce by like tribute this card on the field? Hey, Richard Leonard has subscribed. Hey, the door of darkness has been opened. Yeah, maybe tributed. Like 3 attacking would be cool, but it's... I mean, it would be kind of useless with this card, which I say I mind. Because it is like very weak. Maybe something like that? Because it does have very weak... Like, if you get a direct attack, that's like 2100. That might be kind of strong. Every card is Mataza. Gains 700 once per turn. How about... maybe during your end phase, this card gains... something like that. Because it essentially gives your opponent a chance, like... beat over. But that still might be a little bit too strong, though. Because if he starts really ramping up, then it becomes, like, really dumb. Your bad effect, like card unaffected by card effect. 3 attacks. What about, yeah. But it cannot attack directly. How about that? So that really, like, limits it. Only kill tokens. Hey, but, you know, it's something. It can, like, attack, like, weak face-down monsters. Theoretically. Like, lets you check, like, a bunch of face-downs, theoretically. Not everything needs to be good. Towards monster can attack again. See, I kind of like it not, because... not being that, because then if it attacks like a defender, you can't like check anything else. What if it was like, Scapegoat's worst nightmare is a Syrup Priest and Big Bang Shot. What if it was like... card... target one monster. Your field. It gains... or something like that. Tribute it and gains something in its attack. So it's not double attack, but you're still getting something like a good buff. Is that too strong, though? More damage in case of direct attack. Direct attacks. Gains. So maybe something like that. So get like, so if you attack directly with it, you get 1700. $1K is plenty for it. For 1700 direct attack, that's a good chunk of damage. It's the direct attack with the Neo. God, basic insect. How do you even? What is insect? Like the update insect thing. Another card besides like the dodge messenger piece. Yeah, there you go. That's the right thinking. Unfortunately, we didn't get this card until 2013. That's insane. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos recently. I think it was fire. No, not fire water format. It's the one, the Fire Fist format or whatever it was called. Yeah, can you imagine this? Usually found swarms deals living in the forest. So maybe this one has like add forest to hand. Is destroyed. Sent to the GUI. Add 1. It's easy. This thing is like definitely gonna get destroyed. Like equipped with the cards for spell trap on the field. We could potentially give that to something else. Force on the field special summon all of them. I don't hate that. We could do something like that. Control. Basic insects. Is that worded right? Or is that too powerful? Because it's just like when you summon. I mean, you do have to play Forest, so it's not like you can just like splash this. It's not like you can just splash this in any deck. Still a +2. Yeah. Let's... Yeah, you can't tribute someone after using it. That's true. And it would basically have to be in attack mode as well if you normal summon one of them. I mean, you already have to use your normal summon on it, so you can't. Yeah, you can't like tribute. You'd be essentially wasting normal summon almost. I mean, it's kind of worse than like Giant Germ or like Nimble Manga and stuff like that. In many regards, so that's fine. We'll say Blue Eyes till the end. Celtic Guardian. Yeah, Ultimate Offering is a thing. Again, you have to play Forest for it. It's like, yeah, you can get something good off of it too, but unless you ult offering. Yeah, but Ultimate Offering is really good though. So I think if you want to do an insect deck, it'd be nice to have something. So what's your favorite art of Celtic Guardian? I honestly like the original art. Force Ultimate Offering. Yeah, make it be good. Sure. This one's really good. Well, when it switch over like that, like this one's really good. The Takahashi art one. We should do a Takahashi art tier list, like cards tier list at some point. That would be fun. That's super rare. What do we want Celtic Guardian to do? He's not one that has like a couple cards, but no like archetype. I just like the close up. You can see all the details and everything. But yeah, the Takahashi one's really good. Celtic Guard. It's got like 3 cards basically. Well, I'm well aware of the 1400. Yeah, it's nothing really worth giving. That and the other ones, it's already like very unique. What if this was basically just like the opposite? Not paste format, paste. Values only. Well, if there's 1400 or less attack, let's have it be the opposite. So you can't start with like a lodging. That could be cool. The most annoying floodgate Yugi Kaiba. I mean, people run Summon Skull and Judge Man. And like reinforcements. Like maybe this should be weaker. Like 16 would make it like I think significantly more balanced. That's even a good thing. Because Brave Bunch is 15 and 16, and I guess 14. So like 3 range of attacks. Hmm. Yeah, well, maybe we find something else then. I don't hate, like, just, like, a basic, like... Like, something like that, where it just gains 300. Just something, like, simple, but still effective. For a warrior monster. Is there a card kind of like that? I kind of like just like the 300 thing. Like a harpy. So I like just having this thing just being like a fairly like generic use, just so if you want to run something like it. In addition to like a Neo, you know, you could. He's like, you know, be like Neo, but he's kind of more one-sided and, you know, just weaker by default. Yeah, 1700 beats over with Sogan. Yeah, I like that. Dark Gray. Do you spell gray with an A or an E? Rarely even see my mortal eyes. Well, it's probably because it's a really bad card. I feel like I might interchange them, but I feel like I never quite notice. If I just write it down. I feel naturally I incline to do an A. But I think sometimes I do an E. I don't notice often enough. Or maybe I do E. But I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Entirely gray. For the most part, I suppose. Ooh, we haven't done any flip effects yet. A flip could work. It's a little bit thematic. I can see that. What would it do, though? Maybe this one adds Forest. Because Forest is... Wait, does Forest is Beast or is that Sogan? It is Forest. Okay. Flip. Add 1 deck to your hand. Bam. Dark King of the Abyss. This guy could have a lot. Because he has like a whole storyline of cards. Like Dark Ruler no more. Maybe something like summoned. field, negate its effects. How about something like that? It's kind of dark rulery no more. Dark rulery no more. It's hard to tell with the manga, just because the manga is like weird. Because it's a shonen. Yo Lee, what's up? Welcome back. What's going good? Living the dream. How about yourself? Or maybe you can, just so you don't like bite yourself in the butt. So this guy basically just, summon him and you negate an effect. Especially as we're adding all these effects, that might not be a bad thing. Could even be tactical. Finish with your gig for 7 years. Goodness, what were you doing? Season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh! What? Well, Season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh! Is basically the rule set of Duelist Kingdom, more or less. Which was, like, not much of a rule set, because it's a shonen. We'll save Dark Magician for the end as well, I think. Again, the manga worked very different in the card game. Oh, nice. Mickey D's. There's a Mickey D's, like, right by me. I do like the quarter pounder. It's the only thing that cook fresh. This guy, I feel like, would have a flip effect also. What do you mean? You're here. This blue piranha plant looking dude. Piranha. Yeah, I feel like this guy should have a flip effect. Kunai with chain effect. Maybe. Field. And target. The corporate can franchise, so no more free meals. Ah, that's unfortunate. Free meals is where it's at. You tell me there's a free meal, like, and I'm there. Kunai. Oh, this card is on the field. Red Archer Girl? Yeah, there's a good chance we'll, not tonight, but there's a good chance we'll eventually get to, Magic Ruler. I haven't even put Magic Ruler stuff on here yet. I just did this, like, way in advance in case, that you need to do more. How are we feeling about this? Yeah, because it's supposed to be like, yeah, I'd like traps the monster. Although the problem is that when it's like, if it's attacked, you're kind of boned. Which is a little fair. Dissolve rock. Yeah, like, you could have it where it's like it stops attacking monsters, but then it's like its flip is kind of useless. Or in the lava pits. Melt enemies. It's not gonna fire, but I guess I get it. It's a rock. And it generates heat, but it's not. This thing looks like something on a Goosebumps cover. Yeah, sure, probably should have been Fire Rock. It also works as a Flame Ghost. Burn damage or removal. Yeah, burn makes sense. Make it gain defense. I think burn might be the way to go. Potentially. Actually, I don't know. It could have something like kind of unique. How about like it's just kind of like a weak Boganian? About something like that. Or if you keep him on the field, you know. Like, because Boganian deals 800, this guy would just deal 500. So it's weaker, but it's, you know, it fits the climate of 2002. You get Swords Revealing Light, you can get potentially like 1,000 damage. Yeah, I think we'll finish LOB tonight. I might do SCK like off stream, but we'll see. Boganian is good. Like, I mean, it's not good, but I can see where people, like, at the time when it came out in the OCG, people were looking at it. Because essentially as a card, you just sit it on the field and it just does its thing, right? You don't need to, like, have your opponent necessarily do anything. So, like, people were looking at it when it first came out, but, you know, in the TCG, burn wasn't much of a popular thing by, like, Invasion of Chaos. So, like, you could use it. Drooling Lizardo. This guy looks cool. With his grappler counterpart. Blood-sucking snake in human form attacks any living being that passes nearby. Dangerous. Yeah, reptiles don't really have anything. Well, Gamera is a turt. He's a turtle. The name derives from Kame, which means turtle, and Ra, which is something they just added to giant monsters. But they didn't want to call it Kamera because that sounds too much like camera. So they changed the K to a G, and that's why we have Gamera. Fun fact, if you didn't know. Now you do. Big Gamera fan. I've seen all the movies, so know my stuff. Reptiles don't have anything. You know, how about something about it, like, attacking anything it sees? So, like... card is face up. What's something like that? Yeah, Sinister Serpent. That's a pretty popular one. How about something like that? Is that too strong? Like, he's really weak, but like a 500 reduction is like pretty good for like essentially the trade-off you're getting with having this weak guy. So he's kind of like, you're some monster and he like, he drools on them or whatever. Like, almost at 10 likes. Holy guacamole. I think it's thematic to the card. Now, Fiend Function number 2 has a recent counterpart. Or maybe Fiend Function number 1 has like the, yeah, number 1 has like the Millennium one. Maybe something like this, but like worded slightly differently. I don't know what the right like pace thing is for this. When this card is special summoned, gain LP equal to half attack one monster on the field. How about something like that? For Reflectee number 2E. Or maybe equal to... Oh, it's equal to the attack. So like, you potentially gain like a good chunk of life points. Give it the gyroid effect. Yeah. I like you keeping to like stuff that we already have like a frame of reference for, if able. So at least it gives you reason to like, if you like reborn this guy, you can even target itself for 1100. Or potentially things like 18, 24, 3K, you know? So, like, theoretically, you could do plays with it. Yeah, like life point gain is only good if like if you're going for like time, or if you're like gaining like an absorbent amount in like some like crazy stall or roamage strategy or something like that, to where it actually like works as a something that's functional. I could go for like a big sloppy pizza right now, like soul absorption. Yeah, if you start with like solemn wishes and stuff, like it might not come up, but you know, not everything here needs to be great. Firegrass. Now this is a card. Now why this wasn't fire plant, I could not tell you. It breathes fire. Digimon? Yeah, it looks a little Digimon. Maybe something involving like while you control a fire monster. Maybe like gains like attack or something. Or does something regarding, like, having a fire monster on the field. Tree gave fire monsters 200 attack. I feel like this guy is more like... This guy seems like the kind of guy that gets benefits off of fire, not the other way around. Because, like, it's a plant, you know? What about, like... This card gains attack for each fire monster you control. How about something like that? Because if you control 2 fire monsters, he gets 1700 defense. And potentially more, because like no one's playing fire monsters for a very long time. So that could potentially be something. Fire monsters on the field. What's up, Stick Tendo? On the field. That could potentially work. Discarding fire monster ran to do something. I think this is fine. We do have Fire Yarrow though, so we're not done with fires yet. This guy can be material for Vermilion Sparrow if should you've been in the TCG, which would have been cool. Fire Pyre, malevolent creature wrapped in flames attacks enemy with intense fire. Look at that Hyrule tattoo he's got and those chicken legs. Peter Pan hair. His ear piercings. Deep buff effect. See, fire, I feel like for the longest time, Konami didn't know what to do with fire types. It's always like one of two things. It's either like burn strategies or... Hell if I know. Because nothing seems to like synergize well. Like you can look at the Blaze of Destruction structure deck and see those two different kinds of like... There's like a beatdown, kinda, and burn. Target a monster your opponent controls with less attack than this card and destroy. Fire and Goat is beat down plus burn. Basically. Yeah, maybe... I mean, he has a very low attack. Yeah, I don't hate that. Monster, your attack less this card. Cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Something like that. Once per turn, you can target one monster opponent controls attack less than this card. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. So like you can still destroy like walls and stuff with this. You know, that would probably be its like primary function, right? Would be like Mystical Elf, or attack equal to or less. How about that? So now you can destroy like giant soldier of stone as well. So this guy like just blasts walls with his intense fire. That could be kind of cool. Have the monster act as burn. I think one effect's enough for this guy. Frenzied Panda. Yeah, I really should just open the Blue Eyes White Dragon page and just go off of there. Instead of typing everything in. Now this guy, he carries a big stick. He's not Gyakugire Panda, but you know, he's something similar. Earth Beast. Chatty, what's up? What was Gyakugire? He was like controls like monsters. Yeah. He also does piercing. What if this guy was like Gyakugire, but like just kind of weaker? Because he already has like higher stuff. Yeah. Maybe like just 200? So if your opponent controls like 2 monsters, you'd have 1600, 3 monsters, 1800. That seems reasonable. Which for each Earth monster? That potentially might be too weak. I do kind of like him being like a proto Frenzied. 300 might be too strong, because 300, that's like 2, you got 18. For early Yu-Gi-Oh, that's like kind of nutty. But if you do have less, then it is only like, you know, if they have one monster out with over 1500 life point attack points, if they have one over 16, then he's dead. But I feel like he would be too good. If it was 300. 200 feels like a right amount. I mean, you normally see like 2 to 3 monsters on the field. I think if you have like opponent has 2 and this thing is like a clear threat, that might be too much of an issue. But 3 sounds more reasonable for this guy to be like more of an annoyance. A giant soldier of stone. You know he's getting like some sort of like attack the moon. Maybe something a little bit more basic though. Target 1 spell. Because this makes it like specifically like he's destroying a spell. Bounce to hand instead of destroy. No, he absolutely destroys the moon. I feel like spell cards, like, it's not gonna be as common as like other things. If it's spell a trap, then it's like that's kind of rough. Maybe 1 face up. that makes it a bit more specific, right? Because especially in early Yugioh, it's basically just like swords revealing a light, an equip, or a field spell. Which makes them pretty solid. It makes them pretty much different from like Mador or Mystical Elf. Green Phantom King is pretty cool. I always like this card. It's got honestly pretty solid defense. We're almost at 10 likes. Almost at 10 likes. So I totally forgot I started streaming like early. So I'm looking at like the time I've been streaming to like the clock. I'm like, something doesn't add up here. Normally I stream at like 6 to 8. But I streamed like half hour early today. Because I want to make sure I got this going. Hey, 10 likes. Let's go. Maybe one day I'll hit that 30K goal down there for $30. Halfway there. This youthful king of the forest lives in a green world abundant with trees and water. So this guy definitely needs to have some sort of like defensive power. Maybe with plants. We do have a forest searcher already. With dark gray. Queen could be cool. I'm trying to keep in mind, like, not feature cards of, like, the set. Like, I don't want to, like... I don't know, what's the term? Think ahead, per se. But, I do have TP 1, so eventually we'll ideally get to TP 2. So I would like to do all the DM sets. One at a time, though. Well, it can't be when you control a plant monster, because this card is a plant monster. So it's kind of like... Sea King. Furus Sea King. This card feel all... You can give it something like that. Except for the forest version. Insect, beast, plant, and beast warriors. Because that'll make this guy have 2k defense. Which is reasonable for a forest deck if you're running that. Plant other than this card. It definitely gives, like, forest a pretty good tool. Like, I mean, obviously it's just more for, like, not necessarily for play, just for my own mental challenge, I guess. But I guess where would be, like, making some of these archetypes or, some of these decks too powerful, like water or forest strategies. But having like a defender, though, for the forest deck would be kind of nice. Although perhaps this should be like other than this card. Or maybe not. Have you done 1800? We have not all of them. We've done a few. We've done like Spikeseed. We've done Misa Surazame. Still got a couple more of like the vanilla tributes. I think this guy should have like a giant germ effect, or like germ. I just don't want to make a giant germ either, you know? Also, I totally not realized I had the desktop audio playing the entire time, so you've just been hearing this like jazz. I hope I don't get copyright claimed on this. Burn, it debuffs. I don't necessarily hate that. We could also give it like a... make it be like a buff to fire monsters too. Because do fire monsters even have like a good field spell in this? Like, I don't think so, right? I don't think Wasteland helps them out. No. Like, do fires have a field spell? Like fire or pyros otherwise? Well, Little Chimera isn't... Well, the Little Chimera and the Volcano field spell name escapes me right now. It's not released yet by LOB. Flame Manipulator is for the Flame Swordsman. Fire Yarrow. Because Little Chimera wouldn't be really still Metal Raiders, and then the field spell not until Spell Ruler. So basically, I think the idea we could do with like the fires, like have them like kind of wreck monsters, basically. Like unapologetically wreck monsters. So I almost wonder if we could maybe use this guy as a way to like buff up fire monsters. Because like if we have him buff up like Fire Yarrow, like control, gain. Like just make this guy the field spell. And that way Fire Yarrow could like kill a lot more monsters. I mean, can't kill like the beaters because he'll kill like a lot of threats. $600 attack and then deal 600 damage. That could be cool. But like fire monsters just need like a just general buff and strength. Like maybe we can give that to Kagemusha instead. But he's not a fire. That'd be kind of weird. There's not really any other fires, though. That's kind of like the... Like, you basically just be using this thing for, like, you know, Flame Swordsman and, like, Fire Yarrow and stuff. Like, that would be the combo, would be Fire Yarrow. We get gives a burn effect too, though. This is your opponent. So he's kind of like a field spell, but also gives you a little something too in return for being like destroyed. Because then Flame Swordsman will have like 2100 attack, and since you've been fusing with Flame Manipulator and Masaki, you'd be getting 2 additional buffs as well to really buff Flame Swordsman. So I kind of like that. Maybe we should specify sent from hand or field. Might need to specify this for both. So now they're getting like a solid like benefit. Of course, you know, here Thomas Soul is still pretty weak with. Honestly, maybe it should be 400. What do you all think? I don't want to do 500. 600 feels like it's a bit too much. But at least then you can get your Fyara as like a good beater. But, no, because if you control more than 1, that's like a really good buff. I think 3 is probably a fair number. Hitatsumi Giant. Now this is a clean Kaiba collection print. Goodness. Now this guy should have a pretty cool effect, I think. Maybe like a shrink effect. That could be kind of cool, like shrinking a monster so you can like stomp over them. Or maybe he like doubles his attack potentially. I feel like shrinking might be better. On summon. I like that. Controls. How its attack. Have. Yeah. When this card is summoned, target one monster your opponent controls have its attack. Well, it should be attack and defense, I think. Not just attack. Yeah, basically you get like a good swing with him. So you can potentially even hit over like walls too. See, you know, 1200 beats 1000, which is good. I like that. I like that. Might need to speed things up slightly. I like to finish by 8, but we'll see. Kagemusha of the Blue Flame. Double for the ruler of the blue. Who's the ruler of the Blue Flame? Oh. Is that considered ruler of the Blue Flame? Oh, the TCG name Blue Flame is literal translation of Shien. While Kagemusha means body double. Interesting. I never knew that. That's kind of neat. I mean, this guy's not going to be 6 Samurai support in this. In another timeline. I mean, I suppose I did sort of lie because I made Monster Egg rerun support, but that one I've had since like the beginning, like an idea. But I'm trying my best not to do that. Swordsman, not warrior. I feel like we're doing a lot of like tribute for X. What was the fact that we gave like our male games? Was it something that we're gonna add like tribute to like give it a second attack or something? I don't think we ever actually like gave that to a monster. Something like that. Tribute card target one monster you control, it can attack twice this turn. Yeah, because he's like a shadow, so he's attacking twice. Bam. Bam, there we go. King Fog. A fiend that dwells in a blinding curtain of smoke. I feel like I'm painting that wall here. King Fog. Dwells in a blind curtain of smoke. This guy should probably have like some sort of flip effect, I think. Was I gonna like flip this card can attack directly this turn? So it's still pretty bad, but if you get off during your turn, you get a 1k direct attack. Dueling it with 1,000 attack. I know, he's trying his best. He's trying his best. Kumu Toko. Yeah, insects are also really bad, so we can give basic insects pretty like dumb effect. Span the field, but this guy maybe have something. Fog set a monster. We kind of already have that with Nemoriko. She has like a Book of Moon effect. Once. So something about like it's webbing. Like it targets a monster and like it can't attack or something like that. Yeah, but there's no good insects to like float into. This is kind of the problem. Its defense is like where its like strength is at, right? Do we want to give this ugly spider? Discard insect to gain defense. We could make it kind of work maybe with like basic insect somehow. Tribute. Insect. Troll. This card gains, I don't know, 500 defense. Is that too much? I mean, for triggering a monster, you probably want something like good out of it. So potentially you can get like 1,000 defense, be like 2,400. Potentially, if you tribute like all three, like basic insect, 1,500. You ain't hitting over this guy. Cause that'd be like 2,900 defense. Make it 400. That's fine. I'm not gonna think too hardly about it. Kurama. Kurama looks cool. Vicious bird attacks from the skies. Yeah, maybe. But yeah. I just want to try and play to like the card's strengths to like some regard. If not flavor text, at least stats. No, I want to get this guy like a Magic the Gathering kind of thing. Like, if the monsters, your trolls, or if your opponent not control a wind monster, this card can attack directly. So he has, what do they call Magic Gathering? He can, like, fly over and attack. It's 800, so it's, like, fair enough. Get 800 attack and defense on your turn. Actually, I don't hate that. Only during your standby phase and until your end phase, see that 16, yeah. I don't mind that. Larvis. Larvis looks kind of cool, too. Bird-like creature strangles opponents with his long, thin arms. What about this is bird-like? It's not even a beak. It's just like a... Ugh. Thin-ass arms. The eye. Eh. Doesn't even have like a bottom half. It's weird looking, eh? I mean, this is gonna be like the longest one to get through is LOB. It's like the most amount of vanillas. Yeah, we want to get Larvis. Maybe something with like... This guy is just so... unique, I guess. Most monsters 300 attack. Sure. I can't think of anything better. What about losing defense? That could be kind of interesting. Like 500 defense? It's like he's like hurting the defense or something. I don't know. Lesser dragon. I'd like to make this some relation to like Metal Dragon. Maybe if metal is in your GUI, you can banish, or you can carve from your GUI special target Metal Dragon. Special summon is banish card from your special summon the target. Something like that. Worded more or less. So essentially, like, if Metal Dragon it gets destroyed, you can banish this guy to, like, bring back Metal Dragon. Any oppositions to that? When normal opponents, monsters, when normal have check, everything just loses against 300. Man Eater. This is another plant. Because with the Green Phantom Keen, you know, it acts as like an additional forest. Maybe if to have something where it's like, if you control forest, this card can attack directly. It's not a bug, it's clearly a plant. It says so in its flavor text. So it just gives it a direct attack. There you go. Like, it's 800. Like, it's better than, like, Janjo number 7 in Metal Raiders, but only by 100 attack. Although, if you control forest, it would be 1k. And 12k. Yeah, that might be too strong. Directly, but the damage your opponent takes is halved. That should balance it, because like in theory, you can have this guy get up to like, let's say, you know, potentially 600. Remover suits him better more. Poison field. We're supposed to. It's poisonous. It's like slow burn, kind of. So like this guy will always, for its effect, you essentially need to. It will, by default, have 1,000 attacks. So you're at least using 500, and that's fair for burn damage, like a direct attack. potentially more if you like really want to go all in, you know. I do need to speed this up a little bit though. That's why I'm just kind of like going. Meta bat uses dark blast to blow away the enemy. Dark blasts. Flip minus 200. How about... I don't mind being flip. How about flip? Target one card in your... So I like the eye, opponent's hand. If the target is a monster, send it to the GY. How about something like that? Is that too strong? It's kind of like a Thestalos, or maybe just inflict 500 damage. Okay, 500 damage if it's a monster. There you go. It's like it's a weird selected burn. Yeah, it has a chance to fail, but you still get to see a card, which at least has some advantage depending on the situation. Reveal it and Petite Angel. We could probably have something fun with Petite Angel, I think. Ooh, I had like 3 cracks in my neck right there. That was very, very pleasant. Like it wasn't like it was like a crack. Yeah, I think make Petite Angel work would be kind of fun. Like, fairies don't have a field spell in this either, right? Because Mountain isn't for fairies. Wait, just go to Mountain. Yeah, no. So maybe it's something like Hinotama Soul. Where it's like maybe like I don't want to do all light because Neo exists. And then what's like the term? It's not restore, is it just increase? Maybe something like that. At least its attack will, like, it'll go to 900, which is pretty small, but if you have other fairies, like maybe even later down the line, it could theoretically increase by stuff. Like, Ancient Elf might be your best bet. Give it 1700. Sandstone. Now this guy is really bad. I don't think I've finished by 8, but that's fine. We'll finish this regardless. Rock support. Like, this guy's always just a meme, though, I feel. He's pretty bad. Make it a flip. Flip it and ship it. Underground. I mean, makes sense with the underground per se. I think I can craft something kind of fun with this. If this card is special from the GUI, increase its attack by... What's the attack? 700. So then it'll have 2k, and then, like, pretty solid defense. Unless 700 feels too random. That's you can at least theoretically like insinuate that like, oh, Graveyard's coming from like the underground kind of. That could potentially be a thing. My initial thought is just 500. Yo, Xavier Wolf, what's up? Yeah, retro cards. He's like 500 would at least still give him 1800, which is, you know, somewhat respectable, I guess. But 2100 defense. So it's like, it's kind of like a Gyakutenu Megami in that way. I don't know. I mean, what flip would we want to give this guy if we give him a flip effect? I feel like it need to be like good because not only are you attributing a monster, you're setting a monster with weak stats. So like, what would you even like give this guy? Like attack, like stat increase, destruction, some other like random thing. I don't know if there's any other like much rock stuff. I mean, there's dissolve rock, but he does kind of like whatever burn. Yeah, maybe just like an attack increase. Yeah. Heather actually should have like 600. If you're flipping... I think 800. 800. Because if you're attributing as this guy, he needs to at least attack over defenders. Or you can like defend with him as like a assault wall too if you need to. I think that's fair enough. Skull Red Bird. Classic card. Playing him a lot yesterday on stream, actually. For those who were there. How about kind of similar? I was kind of insinuating earlier. Opponent. If only the monsters controls are not wind monsters. This card gains 200 attack, and defense. So then... Oh yeah, Scarlet Bird looks really cool. So then, if your opponent doesn't control any wind monsters, it gets the air advantage. So it gets 200 attack and defense, so it becomes 1750, which is a good number. I think it's 50 to attack thrice per turn. Ooh, Skull Servant. Do we even touch Skull Servant? I guess we have to. Zombies gain X. Well, the whole thing with King of Skull Servants that when they're in the graveyard, you know, he gains attack. So, if we like, oh, what's the term I'm looking for? If we reverse engineer Skull Servant here, it means he'd be on the field for something. Gains. Say 700 or 300 attack. How about you can zombie monster in your GUI. This card gains that monster's attack until the end of your opponent's turn. How about that? So it's kind of playing off of like King of Skull Servants where, you know, you need stuff engraved to like power up, but you have field spell and True Eyes, you got all three defend. I mean, I don't know if there's even any good zombie monsters by this point. But down the line, though, get Dragon Zombie. Let's think about this. Yeah, maybe something with like all three engraved, like that does something. If you have 3 GY. Can special summon all. The field. This effect can only be used once per duel. How about that? If you have all 3, you can bring them back. But you can only use it once. And you need all 3 engraved, so it does take time to set up with dead cards kind of otherwise. Yeah, you could play Soul Release, or you can play Gravedigger Ghoul. I mean, you need to have all 3 to use the effect. I think that's fine. Hey, Xavier Wolf with the $2. Thank you. I'm playing... yo, the Super Chat thing went through this time. Nice. Yeah, zombie better for basic insect. That means we're 17 to 30. Yeah, I'm playing That's actually... No, I normally play music for like these kind of things, but I don't normally have it because I don't want copyright, but I forgot the desktop audio was on, so whatever. This is what I'm listening to, actually. It's Friday jazz, relaxing jazz music. I do like jazz. Yeah, shoutouts to Xavier Wolf. You are the man. The Spirit of the Harp. And if I don't get copyright strike, I love to have like music on average. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Spirit of the Harp. A spirit that soothes the soul, heavenly harp. How about something like kind of basic, like only this card gains 200 defense. How about something like that? Where it comes... That might be too good, though, if it... Like a 2200 defender just on that. We could just have, like, a basic, like... phase. You gain... I don't know, 300 life points. Something like that. I don't make his defense too strong, but if it's like benefits that you gain some life points for like, you might want to pick this one for like more stalled milled kind of decks, at least like stall decks. Steel Ogre Rod number 1. I think I also want to make this one like Metal Dragon support too. Somehow, because Lesser Dragon, you can banish it to special summon a Metal Dragon from the grave. I feel like this guy should have like kind of a similar effect. Like, if you control Metal Dragon, target Metal Dragon, you can banish card from the graveyard, gains 500 attack. How about that? It's gonna be at 2350 attack. Yeah, what Diago was saying. So essentially, like, you get Metal Dragon, like, base, then you bring it back, and you can really buff it with both cards. So it comes back even stronger. And potentially even buff it up more if you really want to get, like, a really good one. But, you know, you only have 3 Steel Ogre Grottos, so you only get, you know, so many buffs. You can get over 3k if you use all 3, but then, you know, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. And it's Metal Dragon, like... I think, like, a permanent buff is fine for fusion decks. Like, they need something. Succubus Knight. Another high level. I mean, it's not really, like, much, considering, like... You need to at least banish 2 in the graveyard. Because one, you need to get engrave. Like, a high tribute monster. Especially when, like, Gaia exists. Because aside from Gaia, my Metal Dragon is sort of the second best in the game. At this point, like, you could argue Flower Wolf because of its materials. But stat-wise, it's already second best. Which is, you know, significantly less than number 1. minus 1,000 attack. But something that's like turn. You can discard a spell card, activate one of the following effects. One, destroy a monster on the field. 2, attack by 500. 3. I'll destroy a spell trap on the field. I don't know. So you like use a spell to basically cast a spell with it, which you can destroy basically anything on the field or give it attack to 2150, which is fair for it. So basically, like, do you want it to like kind of stay on the field with its attack, or do you want to like deal with some issue? Or it could just be destroy a card and just get rid of this. And you can only use it once per turn too, so. And you need to discard a spell card, which is usually a premium resource. So you're still going -1, potentially. I don't know. I like that you can do it potentially once per turn, because you are tribute summoning a card, and you are pitching a card to use its effect. So you are using a lot of stuff. And we did add a union in here as well. I like having things feel like a little bit different. I don't know. We have it be face up. Face up's usually like a good kind of balancer. Because you can summon this card, pitch a spell, and immediately have, like... I mean, we could have 3 do, like, burn damage. Do, like, an Ukazi. Hey, Bobby! It's like a version of Maria the Fallen one. Yeah, it's a spooky lady. Yeah, so you can inflict burn damage, destroy face-up card, or increase its attack to something that's actually reasonable. I guess it's something like useful, or it's something unique about it. You're still going like basically -1. We do kind of have a shrink. Hitatsumi Giant basically is like a shrink when it's summoned. Ryoga could be an interesting effect. Could do something like that instead. But I think that might make it too strong, though. Because if it's, like, only during that turn, it's pretty weak. But if it's, like, permanent, it's too strong. You know what I mean? So let's look up Riryoku. Because it's still the end of the turn, but, like, the problem with, like, Sugby's Knight is that it stays on the field. Like, it's a monster, right? That you have to tribute over. Terra the Terrible. A minion of the Dark Forces. I mean, screw it. We can give this guy Riryoku. Screw it. So it becomes big old Terra the Terrible. So at least with like a monster you can like normal summon, like that sounds fine to me. Like a tribute one, I don't know. The 13th Grave. Like this guy's cool looking. I hope we can do something cool with him. Maybe give this guy, like, kind of what we're thinking about with Skull Servant. We can, like, banish a zombie. Let me reword this. You can target this card gains to the target until the end of your opponent's turn. So there you go. So you can banish. Yeah, potentially like a pretty strong monster, but you do have to keep banishing stuff. So it does sort of have a finite resource, and it also depends on like where you are in the game. It could be strong, you know, too strong potentially, but I don't know. Might be fine. Maybe just until the end of your turn. That might be a little better. Trial of Nightmare. Passage on enemies locked in coffins. What effect do we want to give Trial of Nightmare here? Yeah, maybe something with the grave, but it's hard to have it without being like DD Crow. Or being like a, you know, like a floodgate or something. Maybe it's something to do with like face down monsters potentially. I don't know. Just gonna kind of skip around here. Yurabi. Yurabi like a... Yeah, I don't know. Necrovalley-like effect. Maybe. Let's look up Necrovalley. Oh, there's Imperial Iron Wall, which is like cards in the graveyard cannot be banished, right? Or just banish cards in general. And Hades negates monsters sort of by battle fiend monsters. I may just give him like a very basic like part of Necrovalley. I could live with that. Yeah. Yeah, in effect, that would move a card from graveyard to different. I mean, essentially, it just like stops Monster Reborn. That's fine. Tripwire Beast, one of the very few thunder monsters. Like, are there any other thunder monsters in this set? I feel like we never even... I think Rain Temperature might have been thunder. Electromagnetic waves. How about this guy can attack directly? But damage to your opponent. So he deals 600, but he has like the folly 1200. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Turtle Tiger. Turtle Tiger. Turtle Tiger. This guy has rock hard defense. Yeah, Thunder took quite a while to get anything. I mean, he got technically Thunder Dragon is good, but it's more tangential to the Thunder archetype than anything. The Thunder type, rather. How about while in attack mode, switch the attack and defense of this card. There. So if it's an attack mode, it gets 1500 attack, but if it defends, 1500 defense. I'm just throwing shit out here. So at least this allows you to like have better attack potency with it. Two-mouth Dark Ruler, and it's not a Thunder, but it's a dinosaur. Yeah, I mean, it's not particularly great, but not everything's gonna get something good. I gotta get through some of these. Dinosaur. I like to make dinosaurs better, but how do you even start? Basically, got this card in Euroby. Two my dark ruler tile in Euroby plus two other ones up at top. So these are our two like dinosaurs we were working with here. Like Euroby is not bad on his own. I feel like the Euroby is like it's like he's a fast guy, right? So you need some sort of fast effect. Like this card can attack on the first turn, kind of, kind of bullshit. Like a speed attacker. If I wanted to go really crazy, it would have been something like when your opponent summons a monster, this card can attack immediately. How about something kind of like Black Tyranno? Yeah, Europe is pretty like solid, like in a vacuum. Like in this set, especially LOB. I mean, he's like one of the best beaters. Maybe just give this guy piercing as well. I don't know. It's tough. Some of these are tough. It's like we can look at like other dinosaurs, but it's all just dinosaur stuff. Like I feel like piercing is like might be a popular one. But I feel like him attacking is like kind of more on brand with like Euroby. Like we already did add a piercing to cause we added to like Gaia. Maybe like this card inflicts battle damage. Draw one card. How about that? Because drawing cards is good, but you're also playing Euroby, so that's kind of like a downside. And if you're playing like a dinosaur deck, you kind of need anything you can get. Whereas Two-Mouth Dark Ruler. How about you control another Soar monster? This card attack directly. Yeah, they do get bonus from attacking in defense. But I think with Euroby, his whole thing is supposed to be like quick. So you want to get like quick is like drawing your card, deal damage, get that damage in, end the game like a swift dinosaur bite. So if you control another dinosaur, this guy can attack directly, which can be potentially pretty strong. But again, you do have to run dinosaurs, which are not good for a very long time. And by the time they would be good, you wouldn't be running this card. Think it'd be too good? How so for Uraby? But when this card, how about Uraby when this card? A monster by battle. Cards attack by 200. How about that? He gets a 200 buff. So first kill he gets a 17, and then so on and so forth. That gives dinosaurs kind of more of a boss monster in a way. I mean, that's fair. But it's also a different format, but I see what you mean. I feel like this might be a little different. You can target one dinosaur monster. Control. We haven't done like the attack twice thing, have we? Because I know we're talking about it. Troll. Do we give this guy the like the hand trap thing? I know we try not to do that too often. The discard card. Monster you control gains 500 attack until the end of the turn. How about that? So essentially, use Dark Ruler to like, bam, get your it's all about Uraby for this dinosaur strategy, essentially. Like, make sure Uraby gets those like kills to get him to be like a boss monster, because dinosaurs don't have anything else. I think that's reasonable, because you're still losing a negging a card. Yeah, I'm still here. I know I'm streaming way longer than I like intended, but LOB takes forever because it's just like the biggest normal set. So when you can activate during the battle phase. Metalware does not have more than LOB. It has a lot, but not as LOB is like the de facto normal set. I mean, you can see right here, like, it's significantly bigger. Like, LB is like the biggest set in general. Like, core set, not sets entirely. I mean, does it? I mean, we can look right here. LB 126, MRD Oh, it does. But normals, there's definitely more in LOB. Again, as you can see, just by looking at this list. Because Metal Rage has way more, like, you know, spells, traps, and effects. I'm gonna give this guy the wing thing I wanted to give earlier. The Skull Red Bird kind of thing. Quickly. Your opponent takes half damage. So you can still attack directly, but obviously you're not attacking directly for like 12, 14, whatever, because that would be a bit busted. And your opponent uses a control monster for this to like work anyway, which I guess is kind of, I mean, it's semantics. But you can potentially get like 600 plus. We're talking about Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon? Or a Two-Mouth Dark Ruler, excuse me. Well, it's only for dinosaur monsters, and the only one you'd be running is Uraby. And we could have it during your battle phase. That's fine. Yeah, like I don't want to do like many hand traps because that is way more like modern-y. I think we may have done like once or twice otherwise. So like when I do it, I want to make sure it's, you know, reasonable given. Like I was really considering having this be like on field, but it's like such a waste, especially for like because the strategy I want to revolve is more around Uraby. All right, two more. Dark Magician. Y'all here for Dark Magician? Y'all waited around patiently for Dark Magician? What do we give Dark Magician? Like, he has a lot of, like, tricks up his sleeve. For a lot of stuff. Give him, like, a Dark Magic Attack, Mystic Box, 1,000 Knives, Magical Hats. A lot of crazy stuff. So then what do we want to give him? This could be a tricky one. Yeah, something with spells. Look at all these DMs. Maybe something like when you activate a spell card, this card gains 100 attack. $300 till the end of the turn. Activate 2, beat Blue Eyes. I mean, 2 does give it, like, some use for, like, being played. Because then if you activate 3, then it gets, like, pretty stronger. Because 3 gets it to, but like 34. Yeah, I can live with that. Now for the big bad wolf. Le piece de resistance. Blue Eyes, White Dragon. We finally made it. Last card of this stream. I was not expecting it to go 45 minutes long. Yeah, I feel like we gave everything else an effect. We might as well get this one an effect. You can summon all 3 in a turn. You can summon all Blue Eyes from your hand and or deck. But if you do not reduce your life points to 0 this turn, you lose the duel. How about that? How about that? Would that be too wild? Do like a last turn kind of thing? Yes, as in that's too wild, or yes, you want that? Too wild. But this card can attack. When normal summoned, you can attack each monster your opponent controls once each. Nah, because that's like Trihorn Dragon, but on crack. God, what do you get? Blue Eyes. If this card destroys a monster by battle, draw a card. Anything destroy on summon yet? I feel like we have stuff that have like some like general destruction, but not like generically. For destroy field spell. You can destroy Enchanting Mermaid to destroy a card. Destroys less attack. Spell. Cold Wave, maybe. Hey, Cheshire, what's up? We're on the last card. Yeah, nothing like hard destruction. Like Succubus Knight, you discard spell to potentially destroy a face-up card. We could do something like, when this card... Do like a, not necessarily Cold Wave, but, what's the card I'm thinking of? Or like, your opponent can't respond to this card's summon. So, like, they can't trap hole it? Oneeyed? We made a giant dragon. Well, hey, Cheshire, I'm glad you're here, though. I'm glad anyone who stops by during these streams. Like, it's not... We still gotta figure out Blue Eyes here. Still gotta figure out Blue Eyes. Streaming for way over 3 hours. A true Nymph might be too powerful. Yeah, trap holding is pretty rough. Like, what's Cold Wave? Like, I wouldn't mind like something that like can't cards in response to this cards summon or attacks. Maybe something like that. So it gets like summon protection and attack protection, basically. Like, you know, like Mirror Force or Trap Hole. Is that too strong, or is it just generic enough? Because your opponent can still attack it and respond to it, like, in other phases and stuff. I don't make it too specific with, like, tribute summons. That's kind of my only thing. Yeah, you don't make it too powerful. Like, otherwise, like, I feel like Blue Eyes usually gets, like, wrecked. I mean, until, like, 2016 when, like, good support and ban lists and stuff made the deck really good. It's like, maybe we just give it this, like, kind of normal protection. Your opponent can activate cards, response to this card, summon, or when this card. Because it really, like, emphasizes its power, right? Like, oh, your opponent can't do anything to stop it, but, like, you know, they can, but it gives, like, the illusion of, like, hey, this card's, like, you can't touch it because it's so strong, like Obelisk punching through, you know, Mirror Force and that kind of stuff. Yeah, which is not asking for much. I mean, any sort of how they could fissure it. They could Man-Eater Bug. I mean, next format, get Tribute to the Doomed. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Look at this. This took me way longer than I thought, almost a whole extra hour. Goodness. Some of the stuff in the last, like, hour was, I was kind of struggling. So next time, might be able to get through SCY, SCK, and Metal Raiders. I might do, like, SCY or SCK or both, like, off-stream. Like I was doing with the, fixing cards. And save MRD, like, wholesale next stream. And then maybe I'll do, like, TP1, TP2. And then we can see from there. But yeah, this was fun. I didn't know how it was going to go, but people were here and talking, which makes me happy. So I'll take it. Even though we technically gained a sub, I don't know if the ticker even, like, went up or down. I might have lost one and gained one. I don't know, but yeah, thank y'all for stopping by. I'll be back probably next Thursday for another one of these. It was fun. Till I see you next time, have a wonderful